So I'm kind of just walking down the street. I'm not really awake. The sky is like this. It's kind of windy. It's like 30% chance of rain. And I just said, I don't really care how much of a chance of rain there is. I'm going for a walk. I have to drop something in the mailbox, so since it keeps me a little fit, I just quickly had breakfast. I didn't really sleep in today. I mean, I was just mucking around with the phone, sort of scanning for birthday presents, but when I realized I'm kind of cascading towards people I know, it's like I don't really want to buy them anything, and it's really difficult because I feel like in a little bit of a dilemma. But one of my New Year's resolutions is to try and separate from my habits. I usually do sort of go blasé, still keep in contact with people even though they've insulted me. I've lost lots of stuff. They don't like me, you know. And then, back at home, you know, or back in Normalville, you know, everyone like pretends like they're genuine and intelligent and normal, and then expectation, celebrate Christmas, celebrate, you know, birthdays, you know, annual leave with a smile on your face. Literally no one apologizes. No one feels like they have the need to apologize. Their fun has come and gone. As long as you've lost everything, then they have a smile on their face. So I'm trying to sort of tell myself, stop gossiping, stop pretending like everything's cool when it's not, and build more of a wall or a separation. That way people will learn, maybe I've done something wrong, maybe this isn't cool, maybe this isn't okay, maybe I shouldn't, maybe it's not fun when I think it is, because that's what I haven't been doing. I've sort of just been smoothing it over, acting like nothing has gone wrong, and when I should have taken a huge leap further away, you know. So that's kind of like one of my resolutions, I think, for the year, to try and be like, no, that's not cool, this isn't okay, you're not okay, you know, and sort of keep it at that. That's kind of swinging through my head this year as something to start to do, because otherwise people are sort of, you know, I mean, they're continuing on with this fake niceness or whatever it is, and then suddenly syndrome, and everyone attacks you, and then I was just offered a lift. I'm like, no, I feel like walking. Got some steam in my head that I just want to walk off. Anyway, what was I saying? I was, so that's kind of like my New Year's thing. Not to hate anyone per se, just to like have a more distance, more of a wall, more of a, you know, rather than stay connected, more of a disconnection, I think, without like going severe with it. Like, I'm not going to be like, oh, I hate everyone so much, but it's just to make me feel like, yes, I do want that disconnection. I do want them to learn that this isn't okay or that isn't okay, and it's just it's just for me, really. It's just my personal feelings. Otherwise, it will be continuing to be okay. Well, it's a nice, fun game to do in the spare time whenever I get some luck. People are there to ambush you. It's basically a mental attitude that people are thinking, oh, this is okay and that's okay, for in general. And they're also teaching it to their kids as the right way to think as well. And so, since it's now going on to generational habits and people feeling justified to act out on their jealousies and feel as though this kind of discrimination, I guess it is, or hierarchy thought processing on a general scale is fine. And I'm just gonna be like, actually, no, I don't think it's fine, actually. Just to think I could have been 2 minutes in that car getting to where I'm supposed to be going. Like, oh, should I get left? No, I'll walk. But now I'm getting a little bit pooped, getting a little bit tired. Anyway, that's my general idea for next year anyways. So, trying to just disconnect more and kind of gain a distance step by step. I mean, I won't gain a distance right away, but I think stepping away bit by bit is best. Not like I haven't done this before, but usually when things fall down, slap bang, then I return. But I just think it's a good idea because I do recognize that the habits are turning generational now. Not just one generation, parents, not just 2 generations, siblings, but now 3 generations for kids now growing up into teenagehood and late teens. I'm kind of like thinking, no, that's not okay. Not okay by a long shot, but they're thinking that it's okay. Boy, is it hot. Is it hot? I'm wearing my hot shirt. I should have changed into a short sleeve shirt. Before I went for a walk, I was like, change into my short sleeve shirt. And then I went out for a walk wearing my bamboo long sleeve, the hot one. I've got a thick one and I've got a thin one. So the blue one here, that's the thick one. The green one is a thin one. So, but the green one's in the wash because it's grotty. And the blue one is the thicker one. It's more of a winter bamboo shirt that you can wear a skivvy under. But I'm getting pretty darn hot wearing it while walking because that sun is really quite warm. It's summer, and with the clouds coming and going, the sun is still there. And the sun is hot. The sun is very hot. with the heat coming along, I keep on wanting to get the vibes to go to a beach, go for a forest walk, or a rainforest walk, and like at a resort, the way we kind of used to like ages ago. But with my inability to actually drive, I just can't do it, alright? I've tried at least 10 times and I still can't do it. I can't really get myself to places, and so if it's not like part of a tour group or a bus tour, it's like, good luck. But that's what I feel like doing. I feel like going to a resort, milling out by the beach, going for a rainforest walk, going back to the resort, eating, and coming back. But with driving an issue, it's like, you know what? It's like, you know what? The more convenient places are the beach stretches that you can get to by public transport. So anywhere where you can just hop on a bus and go somewhere. But my vacation period, I mean, I think the first vacation I want to go to is probably the Gold Coast, because that's like pretty close. Like it's like 6 hours away in public transport or so. 6-7 hours maybe. That's like kind of the more convenient one. The other ones, what is it? I forget the place exactly, but it's somewhere in the Sunshine Coast. So you just get transport in the opposite direction, and they also have a nice beach area where you can just stay at a resort, eat takeaway. Like they got Domino's and Red Rooster, I think. So you can eat takeaway and walk along the beach. Probably Domino's, because like Red Rooster doesn't do home delivery. Anyway, it's like, I think it's Sunset Boulevard or something, and it's quite nice there as well. So that's like my second holiday spot. And then my third would be anywhere I can get onto a tour bus and go like on a tour to a resort. And I would have to investigate that, because I don't know anything about tour buses. But I at least have 2 vacation spots so that I can go to once a year, once every couple of years, and then all the rest would be traveling vacation spots. So actually, you know, hopping on a plane and going somewhere and organizing transport to go somewhere and stuff. I used to go to Disney World sometimes, but they've kind of let me down, and my son kind of still felt fairly negative. And it's like not very positive when I think about Disney World anymore, because I mean, it's bad enough that they're super expensive to stay at, but then I sort of had this issue of theft because security is slack, and as a result I lost like heaps and heaps and heaps of money and stuff. My room was basically an open door for anyone, and no security, and it's like to be having a bath and people like literally like sleep on your bed while you're having a bath. It's like really unsettling. It's like, is this like super expensive, you know, open to anyone just coming in? It's like, apparently. But I haven't been to Universal. I mean, I often like go to like theme parks and stuff if I travel worldwide, but I haven't been to Universal in ages. And that's it used to be a pretty good park to go to, but I don't know. It's supposed to have like a heap more additional stuff now. That wasn't there when I went there like ages ago, like years and years and years and years ago. And so it's probably like heaps different now. But other than theme parks, I think I've had my fill with like, I don't know, I guess I could go to Maryland again, but I went to Maryland like 2 or 3 times now. And each time it's like, there's always some sort of expenditure that, I mean, they have really weird watch scanning things, and then they're expensive to scan. Like you pay per scan or something, and it amounts up to like heaps of money being spent on just scanning stuff with this watchy thing, and then you're like, yeah, like, it doesn't surprise me because I've been there like 3 times, but still, it's kind of freaking expensive. But I'm not really that keen on worldwide traveling. When I think about it, it's like, oh, what am I going to see, you know? I then walk around somewhere, it's like, what am I really going to see? It's like, I don't know what to see. And so I would probably do like a tour group or something, because then at least you're not like quite alone. But I probably won't travel until like I have a purpose to need to go overseas or want to go overseas for something particular. That's when I usually do a bit of sightseeing. So until that happens, I probably won't even bother, you know. It's like I can go to a new city. I haven't been to Sydney in ages. I haven't been to Victoria in ages. So I can still just like, everything's going to be new to me if I do take a plane to travel somewhere. One place I do love to go is Lord Howe Island. It's just so pretty. And, you know, if I can afford to go there, it's like I want to take a camera and really document my stay, because I think that ecosystem is endangered with the rising waters of the ocean or something. And a lot of people is like, oh, it's not going to be there forever. And you're like, oh, I wouldn't mind having another trip there. It's kind of dangerous though, because the planes crash all the time to and from that airport. But if you can get there in one piece and stay there a bit, it's like, I just like to be near the glowing things that glow. Those little pretties. And a little semi-snorkeling session without going too deep. I guess I would have to be able to swim by that time. Easter Island is a bit of a relaxing trip. Like, you just go there and sit around. You might walk around the statues and then go home. It feels quite disconnected there. I've been there like once or twice in my life, and it just feels like, you know, the country. It feels quite disconnected. It's not too many people there, and it's just a relaxing walk, really. Walk around and then you're like, okay, my couple of days are done, now I can go. But I don't know. Like I said, I don't really like to travel that much. I mean, I'm not really that broad-minded. Unless I get into the zone of traveling, it's like, I'm like, oh, I can't be bothered. You have to pack your bags, you have to get up, you have to walk to the airport, you have to catch a bus and taxis. And if you're visiting foreign countries, like, I don't know the language, can't be bothered. It's just a headache. So like I said, I usually wait for the purpose-filled moments when I have something to do. And then while I'm out there, I go and tour a zone. Say, may as well visit this while it's close by. May as well visit that while it's close by. I kind of feel like a Maxi Bon ice cream, but I don't know, it's a bit... Like, I don't really need ice cream because I've already got ice cream at home. Just crossing the road. I don't actually need to eat anything though. We do have like ice cream at home, so But yeah. So it's not really necessary that I buy anything particular. I'm actually trying to another thing I want to do next year is not spend as much, so I probably have to write this down. Or limit to myself for once a month spend or something, so that I buy one thing a month, because I don't actually need to spend. I just do happen to spend, so I could use with cutting my expenditures down, because I don't mind the small things that I buy. The things that cost $10 or $20 is fine usually. If I buy them from specific stores, I can always get free shipping with it, but I don't really want to spend too much this year. Although I do want to start collecting a range of Mimco brands, I think. And I think their jewelry is something that I used to like. And I used to collect about then people stole all the jewelry, and I was like, I don't know, I forgot about it. But they're quite expensive. Like it's usually like $60 or $80 per item, and then you're like, yeah, that can go down on the once a month thing. But I don't know, I probably want to buy like a heap of things, and I'm still waiting for some sort of income boost to afford things that I can't afford. I used to own that property. Not. Pizza, $15. I am forever eating pizza. It's like one of my favorite foods when it comes to takeaway. It's always a choice between pizzas and burgers, and then salad, I think, comes third. And then maybe pastas come fourth. It's always a choice between those sorts of things. Last week I was like, remember to book an appointment for a doctor, because I was going to get a COVID shot. Didn't end up getting one. But what I need most of all is just general stuff. Renewed prescriptions. The wind's nice, but I'm getting pretty tired. My legs are so sore. Has everything to do with the fact that I used my exercise machine, and I don't think I stretched properly after it. And I didn't stretch properly before it. I just did that as my exercise of the day, and my legs are feeling it. My body not so much, but my legs. I've been practicing stretches lately, and within 1 week I got one side down 8.5 split. And so I'm like, it's getting better, but the other side is still only halfway there. But it looks like if I keep going how I'm going, in the next few months or 6 months, I should be pretty much on top of things exercise-wise. So yeah, then I can just cruise and not really think about it. But I think I'm going to plan what I want more, rather than just say, oh, that's a good bargain, and take it while it's the specials there. Once you realize everything's always on special, I think it's probably a wise idea to plan my expenditures a little bit more, rather than just say, you know, that's a great idea and that's a great idea whenever I see a special, which is like every week. I think I should be saying more like, oh, that's something that I want, and write it down so that you can plan your monthly expenditures. Because I literally want like $3,000 worth of stuff, and I can't just buy it unless I get lucky somehow. And more cows for the slaughtering. 4 cows. As always, you have to feel sorry for the cows. They're such lovely little creatures, and yet people eat them every day. Life comes and goes very early for the damn cows. Not to mention the chickens and the sheep and the goats, they're all come and gone within seconds. Terrible way to structure society, because it means that plenty of people who have a conscience feel bad for them or guilty or, don't like it. People sometimes reason it off as if you left these animals in the wild, they would be dead within a day or two. Their strength is not to live wildly, but to live under cultivation, and cultivation means they're only grown up to a certain age before they're slaughtered. So that's the price to pay. So the general assessment is, if they were left to the wild, lots of carnivores and predators, they'd be dead. We keep them alive. We manage their upkeep. We pay for everything. And as a result, we tell them when to die. We make sure their lines grow strong. We make sure there's a generation to come. We're like the peacock. We help them sustain. And we sustain them for the purpose of food. Because burger is delicious. The sausages are great. Chops are delicious, whatever. But you still have to feel sorry for them, basically. I do. Every time. Makes you realize what a hideous thing to be born as food with a heartbeat. Around this area, when the wind gets a bit stronger, I must blow some salty breeze, because it keeps making me want to be like, I want to be near a beach, I want to go visit a lighthouse, I want to have chips on the beach, chips and lemon or vinegar or whatever, or gravy, by the beach, and drink lemonade and coke and juice, and have ice cream. The normal summer vibes. I would want to visit like a water park, but I just don't do it. It's like my buddy turned useless ages ago. And ever since, it's like I generally don't find water parks very much of a pleasure to go to. People speculate other people's bodies. If you have just one freckle, you're not cool enough to be there. And of course, I have quite a few sprays of freckles. So I generally just don't do it. I just don't do it. If I go for some in some sort of water, it's usually linked to a resort specifically. And for these reasons, I don't really have a great skill in swimming, because I just don't do it normally. I was up in a lift by someone, I don't know who it was, when I was coming down, and I was like, no thanks, I just feel like going for a walk. Kind of regretted it, because I got tired a little bit on the way, but I don't know. I just was like, oh no, it's okay, I'll just walk. So I get used to trudging up, trudging back. Not even considering buying cars, they're just expensive blades of crap that police just want to take away from you anyways, and then you're like, can we bother? Just walk, just catch public transport. The only downside is you can't actually go anywhere, you just have to go particular routes, and then you're like, it's easier, it's less expensive, but you also can't actually drive, so, which is annoying. Bending is very hard. I did a real number on my glutes and my back of my thighs yesterday, and I'm like, they're so sore. It must have been so good for me, but they're so sore. It's like I've got like a very sore waistline. I've switched to the other side because I get sick of walking on the grass. That's where the trip hazards are. I'm almost back, and so it roughly takes an hour. If you give yourself an hour, it's like that gives you enough time to get there and back roughly. It takes a little while, but I must be able to smell that saltiness of ocean breeze, because I just smell the air, and I'm like, I want to be at the beach already. I want to go somewhere. But a lot of resorts aren't really that impressive. I mean, I had issues at some resorts, so I sort of have my choice picks of reliable resorts instead of choose out of the ones that I know, rather than experiment all over the place, because heaps of resorts are like, you just go there and you meet the more unlikable people, and that's not such a great time. But I like specific resorts as the usual go-tos, because then you know that you're going to have a good experience, and then you know that it's going to be fun. You're not going to meet unlikable people, and it's a lot better when you have that kind of experience and have a crappy experience and people just steal from you and make fun of you and say basically you're not welcome. And you're like, I don't like those resorts. I like the good ones where they're polite and people mind their own business and you have a pleasant stay. Otherwise you might meet some attractive looking potty heads and who are just, it's all fun and games. Everything that they do is destructive.